You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Now your hosts, Cody Pinnick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey all my glip glops, it's time for Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that likes to get swifty. I'm Josh.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Cody.
We have a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning in. We have a bunch of news, but first let's get into some things we've been checking out.
Chickadee checking out.
Yes.
I'll go really quick. I don't have a lot to check out as per usual. Lately, I've watched a bunch of old episodes of The Addams Family for an undisclosed reason that I can't get into as of yet. But the old episode TV show starring John Astin, surprisingly good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's really good.
Yeah, I've watched it relatively recently.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I watched a ton of it on TV Land as a kid, and I always kind of thought, well, it's just the Munsters. It's not.
Oh, no.
No, the Munsters is like slapstick, where this is, the Addams Family is like good, witty, like back and forth.
It's philosophically different.
Yes, yeah, and they're not monsters, they're just weird.
Yeah. Well, that's what, the Munsters were...
Movie monsters.
They were weird people that were just normal and didn't understand why everybody thought they were weird. Whereas the Addams Family are weird people that don't understand why everybody else isn't as weird as they are.
Exactly, yeah, and I've really, really enjoyed that.
And that's a lot funnier than the Munsters.
I agree. And I've done a lot of, started looking at like Wikipedia and stuff, getting into the
meta of the Addams Family.
Yeah.
I love the Addams
Family. Oh, yeah, it's great. And I guess John Astin... Like, he didn't create the character. He didn't, because it was originally created as a New Yorker comic, but he was given pretty much free reign when the show was created to decide whatever choices he wanted with the character. Like, he's the one that came up with the name Gomez. He's the one that decided that Gomez was of Spanish descent. He's the one that added the little pencil-thin mustache. Like, he added all these different character traits. And for those who don't know, John Astin is the father of Sean Astin, who was in Stand By Me and The Goonies.
Yeah.
And was Samwise.
In The Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
My celebrity doppelganger.
Yeah. He's also
Rudy.
He's also the voice of a Ninja Turtle.
Yes, he is, currently. That's right, Sean Astin is.
John Astin also... looks remarkably like a Pinnock. Like, if you've seen my dad or my uncles and stuff, 100% looks like he could come from
really
the same cloth.
So just Uncle John. Just call him Uncle John.
I do have an Uncle John. But
okay,
it could be another. Yeah.
Call him Uncle John too.
But I saw him on like some game show on that Buzzer Network that you get over the air. Just completely looks like a Pinnock. It's weird.
Yeah, I actually remember the first time I saw John Astin wasn't in the Addams Family. It was actually Night Court. Because he popped up a couple times as Harry Anderson's like estranged dad, who was kind of crazy, who was kind of released from the Funny Farm a couple times, and was really good on that. And then he was fill-in for one episode on Batman 66 as the Riddler. He filled in for Frank Gorshin as the Riddler for one episode or one two-parter. And,
he would make a fantastic Riddler.
He did, yeah. It was really good. It was very different than Frank Gorshin. A lot different energy, but really good.
I think we should insert the Night Court theme song in right here.
You think I haven't already?
Anytime anyone mentions Night Court on this show, the theme song should play in its entirety.
Oh, yeah. It's in the background right now, man. Of course.
That reminds me of that one April Fool's on the website. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was when we were Nerd Overload or when we were Pizza Extreme Team, but for April Fool's Day, I made it play on the background of the website in a loop.
I remember that.
Whenever you went there.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. Between that and that episode, that April Fool's episode of the podcast where we slowly turned up Brody Quest through the entire runtime.
That was a good one.
And drowned us out. That was a good joke. Actually, speaking of the podcast, that was the other thing that I checked out, believe it or not. I, for whatever reason, needed to go back through and find the first episode that we were on the station, WZMO. And you realize that was episode 35, and this is episode 156 right now.
A vast majority of our episodes have been...
on air, on radio. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's a little different. I mean, the moving bits were there. Our sound quality was a little poorer, honestly, but I still say check it out at the beginning. And entered the show almost exactly the same way. It's crazy. Just kind of listen to it.
Did we even have a formula for the very original episodes?
Oh,
No.
for Pizza Cast?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we just got on in the booth and
started talking.
just started talking for like a half hour, 45 minutes.
Or the car.
Or the
yeah,
car.
car casts. Yeah, I remember doing car casts.
Is that a wizard? No, it's just a clown.
It's just a clown. Yeah.
But that's enough of this self-indulgent wormhole.
It is, but well, it's fun to kind of go back and see where we were
Yeah.
and where we're at now. It's kind of interesting.
What episode number are we on?
156.
156.
I believe. Yeah.
So we missed doing something for the 150.
Yeah.
Maybe 200.
Maybe 200.
Maybe
Yeah.
200.
We have another 44 episodes in us, I think. But no, that's pretty much been it. You can find all those episodes on the website or on iTunes. But no, it was interesting. It was interesting to go back. I forgot that for a couple episodes we used from the band Ninja Sex Party, their one of their songs as our intro music before we settled on the Anamanaguchi intro for our show. This one sounds a lot better than theirs. But, Anyway,
All I've really done is play Splatoon and watch the new episode of Rick and Morty.
okay.
Which we all watched it, didn't we?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I haven't
I
had a
did.
chance
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. I liked it a lot.
Cool.
If I was a taller, buffer man, I would totally cosplay as...
Big arm Morty.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. That actually wouldn't be that hard to do. But, no, Hemorrhage.
Oh, the bucket
Yeah.
head guy, yeah. The majority of the episode took place in a post-apocalyptic world where
okay.
Rick was going to collect some isotope that's really powerful.
Yeah. I've noticed something they kind of changed up a little different is they kind of almost did away with the formula before where they had like half the show as an adventure with one party and the other half of the show is the other half.
There was no B plot.
Yeah, there was no B plot. It was pretty much just Morty, Rick, and Summer almost the entire time.
And it was a lot about Morty and Summer dealing with their parents' divorce, which is the canon thing that's happening in the show.
Oh, really? They're actually okay. See, I haven't watched any of this season yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you missed the first one too.
Yeah.
Oh,
But no, that's fine. I don't care about spoilers. I've never cared about spoilers.
It's not that big of a spoiler. They've been inching toward that one for a
it's
while.
Rick and Morty.
It's Rick and
anyway.
Morty, of course. Yeah. But no, that's really interesting. Yeah. Do you think maybe the shying away from the B plot is them trying to tell a more cohesive story for this season, or do you think it's just that they didn't have time to get into the Jerry and
I think it was the time thing, because they did touch on what Jerry was doing a little bit.
But not
tiny
much.
bit. Yeah, but not much.
Like at one point, like Summer, like by the end of the episode, Summer like goes to visit him at his motel apartment or whatever, and she's standing there and goes, "There's a lot of hookers outside." He goes, and Jerry's like, "Oh, that's what they are."
Did you see the after credits too?
Is that the one where no, wait.
It's with the wolf, like a wild dog.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry's picking up his mail and he gets his unemployment check, and he's also like eating something.
A bag of chips.
A bag of chips. And
This wild dog.
Yeah, this wild dog comes up and he's like trying to get him to take the chips, but the wild dog wants his unemployment check.
And he goes, and he's like, "This is actual food. This will nourish you. This has no value to you but me. Unless that is your nourishment, is to cause me pain." And the dog shreds his unemployment check and then just walks away.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, well, Jerry, that's good.
And
he
then
deserves it.
And then there's like this wind goes, "Loser."
Yeah.
Yeah, which was the callback into earlier in the episode. They did that same thing.
Where he's standing in the driveway by a moving truck.
Oh, that's great.
It was definitely a top tier Rick and Morty episode. Had the good jokes with a little bit of
Dark humor.
Yeah.
Plus, lots of Mad Max-esque references.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always good. I don't mind references in Rick and Morty. They never seem to be gratuitous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there's always a lot to go with them. It's never
there's a good twist. Yeah, it's not just it's not a Family Guy call out reference.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a thing I know. It's always something with a twist.
I clapped.
I clapped when I saw it. Yeah.
No, there was like one point where like Rick points over this thing, and goes, "Hey, do you guys use this Thunderdome or is it just for show?" And somebody say they called it they called it like the Blood Dome or something. It's like we'll get into semantics later. But it was a good episode.
Good.
Yeah.
As far as Splatoon goes, I've been on a salmon run. Salmon run.
It's been.
Yeah. It's been
Good.
We're just stealing jokes from other things at this point.
It's okay. It's all right. We're the only ones that know about this other thing. So, as far as the listener knows, these are all fresh. These are fresh jokes.
Stay fresh.
That was a really good Splatoon squid impression.
I know, right? Sometimes the weird sounds I can make with my face hole.
Woomy.
Woomy. I'm losing it now. Anyway, my squid cred. God, I love Salmon Run so much. Like, I normally don't really get that much into like horde modes.
But yeah, that's what it is. It's you and three friends surviving,
or three strangers,
or three strangers who don't know how to play right. Go against a bunch of different boss monsters and mobs all on one area.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, I definitely think I like the spawning ground map more than the Marooners Bay.
I've only done Marooners Bay.
Oh man, I hate that map. I hate Marooners Bay so much.
Here's some pro tips from somebody who knows how to play Salmon Run for anyone listening. If you get an egg, take it back to the thing.
Yeah.
Don't stay and fight another, there might be a boss right there next to you. Don't. Go take the egg back and then go back to fighting. It'll probably still be there. Yeah, it'll still be there, and also you can't carry any more eggs. You can only carry one, so get rid of it.
The only time I stay with the eggs after I take one is I'm sitting next to the other two, and there's a bunch of mobs coming, and I'm just trying to keep them off the egg until my guys can, and I'm sitting there spamming the over here button. Over here, over here, over here. Get these stupid eggs, oh my god.
That's called Nintendo's voice chat.
Yeah.
It's an over here button and a help button.
Or a booyah.
Yeah.
By the way, if I booyah, you booyah back, all right?
As someone who has put almost no time into Splatoon 2, this sounds like gibberish.
It is gibberish.
Yeah.
Because you're squid people shooting ink-filled squirt guns at fish people.
Yeah? I mean, that makes sense.
I saw at Toys R Us the other day that they have the splatter shot. That
squirt gun?
Yeah, well, no, it shoots like those splat ball ink balls.
Oh, really? Okay, so I've just seen the water gun.
So it'll splat like an ink thing on your wall.
Oh, excellent.
It's really cool, but it's like $30.
It also comes with goggles.
Yeah.
Nice.
For when you're shooting them at people.
Oh, yeah, so you don't get the ink in people's eyes.
Here, wear these. Blap.
Yeah.
They also have a mini version, but it doesn't look like any of the guns in Splatoon.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that one at GameStop. It looks like trash.
Yeah.
I hate that thing.
The other one is like a dead-on recreation.
Of the splatter shot, yeah. Man, I love Splatoon so much. It sounds so weird, and yeah, there was a first one, but virtually nobody played it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of the stuff from the first one came into the second one, because a lot of people haven't played it.
Yeah, don't let it go to waste.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so good.
It's probably my favorite Switch game.
Yeah, it's up there for me.
I mean, I really, really like Zelda. It's hard to compare the two. They're at least even to me.
Mm-hmm. See, I still lean towards Zelda just because I prefer single player to
and you don't
online
like
multiplayer.
Shooters either.
And I'm not a huge shooter guy. If I were into the genre, I would definitely put it above. But it's like right for not liking shooters, it's like right there neck and neck with Zelda. But I still think Zelda edges me out a little bit.
Oh, no, I get that completely.
Yeah.
I mean, Zelda is a beautiful, art piece of a game.
Yeah, Zelda's going to be one of the all-time greats. People are going to talk about how great it was for...
Ever.
Yeah, for all time.
Well, it's going to be this generation's Ocarina.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, the next 10, 15 years of Zelda games are going to be compared to Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's like this era's,
I think not just Zelda games, all games.
All games, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like the pacing, everything. It was just a great game. It was a fantastic game. Mm-hmm. That was definitely a labor of love. Not that Splatoon's bad, but Splatoon is also already built on a system that existed.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like the only thing I wish that Splatoon 2 had, and it's mostly for people who didn't play the first Splatoon, is maybe a way to get some of the story from the first game. What little single player story there was.
They were good levels, though.
Yeah, and not that the levels are that much different. It's all voidy, platformy.
Yeah, a lot of the later ones in this one are kind of just frustrating to me.
Really?
I don't know why. I've kind of lost interest in it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten through all of it yet.
Because I'm in the last world, and they're just I'm just like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to deal with this. I could just go into multiplayer and that would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, can I just say that I still have more fun playing Turf War than the ranked matches?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't gotten to ranked matches yet. I'm still level 6.
I don't like the zone control, splat zone or whatever it is.
I like the tower one. I love the tower.
The tower one is fun. It's also very frustrating. There's this tower on the map, and you fight over control over it, and it moves on the map on a track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when it's your color and one of your teams standing on it, it'll start moving, and then whoever gets it to their end of the stage first wins.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
It's super frustrating, but every time I've played it, I've gotten wrecked. Rainmaker's interesting, mostly because the Rainmaker weapon is different.
I've only played it once.
It's like an arcing splat bazooka.
It kind of reminded me of the jetpack gun.
No. Because with the Rainmaker, like, 1, it arcs. 2, you actually move backwards when it shoots.
Oh, I didn't know that. I never got it when I was playing.
Yeah, it slides you backwards.
I just got killed by it.
Oh, speaking of Splatoon, Cody and I finally got to play a couple matches together the other day. That was cool.
Time lined up.
Yeah, weird.
And then my internet kicked out and I lost.
Yeah. But no, it was fun. And see, we won a couple matches.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. Kinda.
What are your guys' favorite guns so far?
I'm still a dualies guy. I finally figured out how to do the dodge roll.
Yeah, hit B.
Yeah. It took me a few tries to figure that out.
It took me a minute. I actually had to ask Ellswick because I'd never used dualies.
Yeah.
I was like, how do I do the rolly thing?
But no, I like the dualies. I think that's a really solid one.
I mean, I really like the arrow spray, but I'm starting to do the ink brush more.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, that's what you were using when we were playing.
I never use the wide brush like on the ground. I just splat everywhere with it. Just swing it around.
Which makes me think maybe I should start using the bucket, because that's basically what the bucket is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that.
I'm debating which bucket's better, like the regular bucket or the
Tri-slosher.
The tri-slosher. Like, tri-slosher is better on ink, but the regular bucket has better ink coverage. This is a weird topic of conversation.
This has been Splatoon talk.
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't played Splatoon, we've been speaking in tongues for the last 10 minutes, but that's okay.
I picked up Namco Museum for the Switch.
I saw that.
Yeah, how is that?
It's very, very good if you like old arcade games.
Cool.
Which I do.
We all do.
Yeah. It's a good collection of a bunch of Namco arcade games that are emulated, very well.
Right on.
You can actually flip the screen 90 degrees, so it's in the other orientation on the Switch.
Okay.
Which is more like, say, like Pac-Man's vertical screen.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, you can, which is a cool option.
Mm-hmm.
It's got online leaderboards, so you can, you can try to get the high score and whatnot.
Cool.
Let's see, it's got Pac-Man, it's got Dig Dug, it's got Splatterhouse, which I love Splatterhouse.
Oh yeah, I remember Splatterhouse.
Yeah, it's a schlocky, violent B-movie kind of video game.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling Thunder, which I love. It's like a spy.
Oh yeah, okay.
Shooter.
That sounds really familiar. Yeah.
I said Dig Dug.
Yeah.
It's got Pac-Man Versus.
I was going to ask if that version had the Pac-Man Versus, or I had to download the Pac-Man Versus separately.
It is in there, and it takes 2 switches to play it correctly. Because one person is Pac-Man and everybody else is the Ghost.
Okay.
But it does have a separate free app you can download, so the other Switch can run that free app, and then...
Oh, that's really smart. That's really good.
Yeah, so you don't have to buy 2 copies.
Okay, that's good.
And I haven't played it the right way, but it does let you play as just the Ghosts.
Okay.
If you don't have 2 Switches.
Mm-hmm. And
it's a really neat game. It's I kind of already explained it, but it's Pac-Man where one person's the ghost, or one person's Pac-Man and everybody else is the ghosts, and the ghosts get a limited view of the playfield, whereas Pac-Man gets the whole thing.
Gotcha.
I mean, Pac-Man just plays regular Pac-Man, while the rest of the time you're trying to hunt him down and stop him.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's awesome.
And Mario is the announcer for some reason, but hey, why not?
Why not? What the heck?
I might pick that up.
It's $30, which is a little steep, but these are really good arcade games, and I've played it even more than I thought I would.
Really?
Yeah, I downloaded Overcooked, and I still haven't played it.
I hear that's really hard.
I played it on Steam.
I've heard good things.
It's a great game. It is difficult. Yeah. I suggest playing in a room with people.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That'd be a good one for us to have a game night.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For me to yell at you.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Well,
I just love getting yelled at.
We can play Pac-Man Versus, too.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, what else have I I started playing through Kingdom Hearts 1 because
Wow.
I got the PS4 version.
Oh, the remaster?
Yeah, which actually has more games in it than I thought. I thought it was just 1 and 2.
It's everything.
Yeah, it's everything. With that version and then the other one that they've put out not too long ago, you can have the whole series on PS4, which is kind of neat.
That is kind of neat. Is the story any more comprehensible?
Not really.
No.
I mean, I'm gonna try to play through in order as many as I can before 3 comes out.
Yeah.
Whenever that is.
Yeah, you only have like 17 games to go through before you get to Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, I'm not going to claim I'm going to do it or get anywhere near it or make any kind of promises, but I'm going to try.
It's like all those Final Fantasy VII tie-in games.
Yeah. I'll probably get burnt out around the second one, which is like a card game, and I hate those.
Yeah. So why was Disney Infinity not a Kingdom Hearts game?
I don't know.
Because that's basically what it was, right? It was just a Toys to Life Kingdom Hearts.
They could have just made a Sora figure and been like, he's going through all these. Like,
Yeah.
he could have been the uniting factor between all of the disparate franchises.
That's
No.
very weird.
It doesn't matter because Disney Infinity is dead
Well,
anyway.
it's dead and gone anyway. That's true.
Yep.
But the fact that it could have been, like, can you imagine? Hey, if not Sora, just put the Keyblade in there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Darkwing Duck with the Keyblade? That'd be freaking awesome.
Oh, man, if they would have made a Darkwing Duck, I would have been all over that.
They were going to. It was like in one of the. I remember there was a prototype of the Infinity.
I tell you, like,
on that,
the game was okay. I mean, I played it when Disney Infinity 2.0 came out. Mm-hmm. It was all right. I mean, it wasn't like the best. The Lego games were certainly better.
Sure.
But those figures were really good quality.
Yeah, and they look nice.
I liked the art style of them.
Yeah, the fact that all of the characters had a unifying art style to them.
Yeah.
Where they didn't look like one was hyper realistic and one's like a cartoon. They all kind of looked
the same.
Had that real kind of angular kind of look to them.
Oh yeah.
And that was really cool. And the fact that their figures actually did stuff as opposed to other companies' figures that don't have a single unifying game to do stuff with. Not that I'm naming in particular.
And in the games they do stuff with, they don't really do a whole lot to make them more
DLC.
Purchasing.
Yeah, it's plastic DLC and not like actual
talking about
anything.
amiibos.
We're talking about amiibos.
Oh, that reminds me.
Yes.
The new Pikmin. I've played like the first world of that.
Yeah, how is it?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's resoundingly fine.
Good.
Is it Lemmings? Because it looks like Lemmings.
No, it's not. It's just like, it's Pikmin, but on a smaller scale in 2D.
Okay.
It's basically a puzzle platformer where you're throwing little guys around and solve puzzles.
Okay, well, if you ever need any amiibo unlocks, I know a guy.
Well, actually, that's the way it handles amiibos are kind of really cool. There's little special spot areas on the map that after you scan an amiibo, they open up. And then the treasure you're out to get in that level is that amiibo that you scanned.
Oh, interesting.
Like an actual 3D model of that amiibo that the Pikmin collect.
Yeah, and I've read the bio on a couple of them, and they're not like named after what the amiibo is. Some of them have goofy names.
All the items like that in the game are described by Captain Olimar, the main character, who's an alien from space. So he doesn't know what these things are, and it's stuff like batteries and SD cards. So it's an alien's eye of regular everyday Earth items, and it's really clever and fun.
Interesting. Because I saw the scanned in Boo amiibo, and it came up as Marshmallow Ghost.
Or no, it's Fanged Marshmallow. I
Fanged
think.
Marshmallow, that's what it was. Yeah, that's it.
Or Mario scans in as Dungareed Colossus.
Oh, that's really good.
because Olimar is very small.
He's very tiny. Yeah, he's a little guy.
So, side note, how many amiibos do you have?
I have...
Aside from all of them.
I don't know. I haven't counted them all, but I have every commercially available amiibo to date. The only one I don't have is on its way.
So you got the complete collection.
Right now, yes, I have the complete collection. Yes.
Hi, plastic dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
we have
yarn dudes.
We have a constant audience of hundreds of amiibo. Not hundreds.
It's like 150.
Got to catch them all.
Or 125. OCD is a hell of a thing. But no, everybody's got a thing that they collect.
No, it's
Everyone's
fine.
got their thing.
I tell you, I had a really hard time not getting. Well, I'm still having a hard time not getting this stupid Disney Infinity ones now that they're worth nothing in there.
Oh no, now's the perfect time to get them before the speculator market cranks up and they decide that they're ultra rare and you have to spend $50 a piece on them.
Yeah, I saw like the one that had Merida from Brave in it for like $4.
Dude, go for it. Yeah, do it.
I think I had Stitch in it too. I think that was like my defining thing was like it was two of my favorite Disney characters.
Oh man, a double pack of Merida and Stitch. Boy, figure that one out.
Yeah, best pals in all those movies together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the thing I never understood with Lilo and Stitch. I love the movie, don't get me wrong, but like almost all Disney 2D animated movies have at least some kind of basis, if not on a fairy tale, at least some kind of story. Like Lion King was
some kind of mythology.
Yeah,
Hamlet.
mythology was Lion King was Hamlet or whatever. What was Lilo and Stitch? Was that their attempt at making an original story?
Yeah,
yes.
A desperate attempt at originality.
I think that's why I like it so much.
Yeah. I mean, I like it too.
It's one of my favorite Disney films.
It's just weird that it has no basis outside of this is its own separate entity outside of any other influence.
It also had an anime.
Yeah.
It had an animated series, yes.
Yeah.
No, an anime.
What?
A Japanese Stitch show existed.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Well, it's a real thing.
Well, there was also Powerpuff Girls Z in Japan, so...
Yeah.
And that's bad.
It was real bad.
Yeah. And then the anime intro to the X-Men 90s cartoon. That was rad. Have you ever seen that? Yeah. Shock!
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's awesome.
But, I don't know. I love Lilo and Stitch. I really do. The Stitch stuff after that's not as good. Like Stitch 2 and Leroy and Stitch.
Leroy and Stitch.
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Leroy was his like electric cousin or something.
No,
right?
no. Leroy was an exact copy of Stitch, just more powerful and evil.
That's right. Who am I thinking of?
He was
that was from the show. The
electric
yellow
one?
The electric yellow. The Pikachu.
I was going to say, no, that's Pikachu.
It's
That's
just
Pokemon.
Pikachu.
Yeah, that was the premise of the show was...
You had to catch them all.
Yeah, there were the other 625 experiments.
Yeah.
Leroy and Stitch. It sounds like the blaxploitation Lilo and Stitch. Like Bruce Leroy.
Yes.
Hey,
Perfect.
hey, I like The Last Dragon.
Hey, you got the glow. Yeah.
Shogun.
Show enough.
Show enough, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and take a break here. When we get back, we'll get into a little bit of news. Am I the meanest?
Show enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Show enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Show enough.
Who am I?
Show enough.
Who am I?
Show enough.
I can't hear you.
Show enough.
Welcome back. That was The Glow from the movie The Last Dragon. The song was by Willie Hutch. That's great. It's a great song. It's a great movie.
It's such a dumb movie, but I love it.
I love it. It's so great. It mixes
I've never actually seen it. I've only seen a trailer for it.
You need to watch
like a
it.
Dolomite movie.
Yeah, you need to watch it. And it is well above a Dolomite movie. It is.
I should hope so.
It is. Well, it's hard not to be, but it is a legitimate movie. It's interesting that it was done by Billy Gordy, who was a record producer. So you get a lot of Belle Biv DeVoe and a lot of really good music in it, as well as it's a Bruce Lee movie under the facade of a blaxploitation film. Like it's not too pandery and it's not super offensive by today's standards, but it's just a Bruce Lee movie in an urban setting. Yeah. And it's great. It's a great movie. And sure enough, the Shogun of Harlem is
the villain.
The best.
Around.
Nothing's ever going to bring him down.
Exactly.
Well, except for Bruce Leroy.
Yeah, well, way to spoil the movie, Josh. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into a little bit of news. We were talking about blaxploitation things here, so let's go ahead and start with this one.
Oh, man, that was a good transition.
It was, almost like we planned it. So there were... the character Domino is an X-Men side character from Marvel Comics. Her powers are based on basically manipulating luck.
Yes.
Well, technically, it is low-level telekinesis that works subconsciously. That
she doesn't miss.
She doesn't miss shots.
Now she can shoot,
and
guns
she never
good.
gets hit. That's her whole power. And she was cast a while back for Deadpool 2, which makes sense because she was introduced in the comics the same issue Deadpool was originally.
Yes.
And a lot of times in their early incarnations, they were teamed up together. They're both mercenaries.
Also, they were on X-Force together.
They were both on X-Force, that's right. The actress cast as her name is Zazie Beetz. She's an African-American woman, and at the time everyone was kind of curious, what are they going to do with Domino, because classic depictions of the mutant character, she has chalk white skin with a black dot over one eye, and really thin, like black straight hair.
Yeah.
They released an image of Zazie Beetz in costume for the movie, and she just looks like Foxy Brown with an afro, and she's still African-American. She has a white dot over her eye instead of a black one. They basically inverted the colors.
Yes.
And
pretty clever, I thought.
I think it's incredibly clever, and I think it works really, really, really well.
Plus, she was laying on a Deadpool skin rug.
Yes, very, very cool. I mean, she looks like Foxy Brown. It's pretty great. The
internet, on the other hand.
Well, I don't want to say the internet, because it seems like by and large most people are very, very cool with this.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen any of the backlash, but I didn't go looking for it either.
I am on Twitter quite a bit, and unfortunately everything is kind of like an echo chamber on there. And yeah, there was a bit of backlash from comic purists, mostly middle-aged white guys, who were very upset that we're not getting a classic depiction of the character. And to that I say, so what? You know, Deadpool 1 was probably the closest comic to film adaptation of a character that I've seen in recent history, if not overall.
Which it still boggles my mind because it came from Fox.
That's the craziest thing. It came from Fox, and yet everything made sense and everything worked. It was played for laughs.
Oh, yeah.
But everything fit. And I think they've earned this one. I think they've earned the right to for us to go, okay, I trust you on making this one change to this character. I don't think the classic iteration of Domino would play super well as a character in a movie. I like the character, but she is a little one note. She just kind of shows up in an issue, tries to murder an X-Man or X-Man adjacent character, and then disappears a couple issues after that. That's kind of her character.
Yeah.
More or less.
And honestly, I don't think the movie's going to focus so much on her. I mean,
if anything, it's going to be Cable.
Oh, yeah,
because
we've got Josh Brolin as Cable.
There's been a ton of pictures of him as getting ready for Cable, and dude looks just like Cable. It's insane. It's unreal. I can't believe it.
I'm really hoping they just call it Deadpool and Cable.
Yeah, that would be really cool. It's going to be Deadpool 2.
Yeah, they already said, it's just Deadpool 2.
Yeah, but whatever. But no, I'm totally in for this, and it's, Fox was in kind of a weird situation because they were kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they were to take Zazie Beetz and digitally make her chalk white and make her look like the classic character, you would have a lot more people upset that they were whitewashing an actress of color than it is to change
you would have people rightfully upset,
and not even like the ethnicity, because in the comics she's been retconned into being African American, but part of her mutation is her white skin. White skin. Yeah, by doing it
like
this way,
white skin.
Yeah, like not just Caucasian. I mean, like
the color white,
the absence of color. Yeah, by changing her outward ethnicity in this way, only upsets the middle-aged neckbeards, and they're always upset about something anyway. So who cares?
Well, they've had their time.
They've had their time, and you know what? If they don't like it, they can read the comics, or they can not. Vote with your dollar. I always say this: vote with your dollar. If you don't like it, don't pay for it.
If they don't like it, they can shove it. As far as I'm concerned,
yeah, exactly. I have no problem with this. I think it's going to be great. I think the movie's going to be great as long as they don't
meddle.
As long as Fox doesn't meddle, which I don't think they will, because the first one worked so well. As long as they don't lean too heavy into the slapstick crazy, because Deadpool 1 was slapstick and crazy and stupid and funny, but it had a good core story to go with it.
It straddled the line perfectly. And it straddled it so perfectly that it would be super easy, almost too easy to take one toe off of that line, and the whole thing is wrecked. Yeah, like one more wacky joke in the first movie, and it would have it would ruin.
Yeah, if he were just a little more self-aware, it would have it would have come off super false.
It was just perfectly
and
done.
And with the inclusion of Cable, they can afford to make Deadpool a little wackier because they have Cable to ground him. Because Cable is intrinsically not a funny character.
He's there to be the straight man.
He is like the definition of serious, and you need that. And I'm looking forward to the movie.
That's why their comics worked so well.
Yeah, exactly. And not to get off subject of Domino too much, but I think Josh Brolin's going to do a really good job because he's a really funny guy. If you listen to any interviews with him, he has a pretty good sense of humor about him. And I've always said that the straight man has the harder job in a comedy duo because not only do you have to know comedy, not only do you have to be funny and know comedy, you have to know when to let the funny guy be funnier.
Yeah. You have to let the other guy shine. Mm-hmm. It's like heels in wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Domino, I think it's going to be good. I think she's going to do fine, and I'm looking forward to it. Giant afro and all.
People need to calm down.
People need to give things a chance.
Yes.
Don't say you don't like something before you've even experienced it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and we fall victim to that too. We say that we're not going to like stuff, and then we see it, but we always follow it up by saying we reserve judgment until after we see it.
Yeah.
I mean, 90% of the time we're right.
I don't know about that these days.
Lately, we've been having some.
We've been a little off our game.
Power Rangers and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, those were two big ones.
Now, Power Rangers wasn't great by any means, but it wasn't a huge garbage fire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more I don't like it. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's not one to ruminate on.
No.
You just watch it and
you watch it and you move on.
Yeah.
And that's hard for me to say, being the Power Rangers guy of Marion County. I'm confident in that. I think at this point, I think that's a fair title for myself. But yeah,
just feel glad that it was as good as it was, and move on.
It wasn't a tire fire.
They didn't take a massive diarrhea dump all over the franchise.
Just a wet fart.
Yeah.
Just nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing major.
Nothing you can't clean up.
Didn't breach the seal.
Yeah. You're not gonna have to throw your Power Rangers pants away after this one. That's my review headline.
Perfect. Well, speaking of needing to throw away the pants, Space Jam 2 is on its way, and it's not maybe looking so hot.
It's a thing that's officially they're working on.
It's a thing that's going to happen.
And it is LeBron.
Yeah, it is LeBron. And Justin Lin is directing it. Now, Justin Lin has kind of an interesting...
and he's not Justin Long. He's not the
Justin
Matt
Long.
guy.
No, he's not the Matt guy. He's not the guy from Accepted or the nerdy guy from Dodgeball. Or I know him from Ed. Do you guys remember Ed? The show?
Oh, yeah.
With the talking horse?
No, not with the talking horse.
Not Mr. Ed.
The one where he was a lawyer from the big city who moved to Stuckyville, Ohio to become a lawyer that also owned a bowling alley.
Yeah. I do not remember
It had
show.
Michael Ian Black. It
I
had
remember
what's his name from The Flash? Mike and Tom Eat Snacks. Tom Cavanaugh. That's it. Mike and Tom Eat Snacks is their podcast where they review snacks.
That was a nice way to remember that.
Yeah. But
you
no,
were almost like channeling Goldblum in Independence Day. Like
you give the virus a
train of thought thing.
Yes. Give it a cold. Give it a virus. No. But no, Ed was a really good show. I enjoyed it quite a bit. The third season dropped off a little bit, but...
Like you do.
But the first two seasons were very, very good. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Space Jam. Justin Lin directed such films as The Fast and the Furious 3 through 6. And what was the other big one? Star Trek Beyond, which is crazy to think about. Now he's doing Space Jam 2.
The cinematic titan that is Space Jam.
Yeah.
In a world that doesn't care about the Looney Tunes characters anymore.
And that is a world that I don't enjoy living in.
They're almost more known as being in Space Jam than in Looney Tunes anymore.
I know, and that makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those Warner Brothers cartoons are so good.
And also, Space Jam sucks.
Looking back on it, it's not great.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But Bill Murray's in it.
Bill Murray is in it. It's probably one of the last roles where he actually kind of cared a little bit, forth a little bit of effort into his role.
And then Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight was in it. Wayne Knight was actually really funny in that movie. Lola Bunny confused an entire generation of young boys.
We're talking about still does.
He created an entire generation of furries.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, unfortunately.
Also didn't exist for any other reason in the film.
No, she really didn't. Well,
No, and now she's in the newer Looney Tunes, like as an
she
actual
is.
character.
Well, they introduced her into Baby Looney Tunes.
Oh, that's right, they
She
did.
was, yeah.
That garbage
Oh,
show.
that was not a good show.
There was no Muppet Babies, that's
But
for sure.
but it is for babies, so I
It
guess.
is.
Yeah, that's very
And it
true.
wasn't Tiny Tunes.
Yeah.
But
God, Tiny Toons was great.
Looney Tunes show, she was actually pretty good on that. So they
she was?
fleshed her out.
Oh, that's good.
What's her name? Bridesmaids.
Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, voiced her, and
Really?
she was kind of like a neurotic.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
I will say the Looney Tunes show does have some higher brow jokes in
Yeah,
it.
it has its moments. It definitely does. Don't come into it expecting Looney Tunes style humor,
Yeah.
but it has its moments. It's watchable.
Okay, cool. I will have to search that out because I know it exists, but I haven't really watched
Daffy's really funny.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
good. Well,
Yeah.
of course, because he's Daffy Duck.
Yeah,
Daffy Duck's the best.
Yeah, Daffy Duck is the best.
Yeah.
I mean,
Duck Amuck is probably one of my favorite classic Warner Brothers cartoons.
I've always been a huge fan of the Duck Dodgers.
Duck Dodgers is good. Duck Dodgers is very good.
Honestly, any of the Daffy Duck centric ones where he's like Robin Hood and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Robin. Yeah, the Scarlet Pumpernickel.
Yeah.
That's a
Whenever
really good
they
one.
put him up against bugs, it's always good.
Yeah, Duck Season, Rabbit Season,
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever
my
it is.
favorite.
Yeah.
I
that's a
forget
really
the
good one.
episode title, but that's my favorite.
Yeah,
Hunter
Looney
season.
Tunes.
yeah,
I used to know what it was. too.
yeah. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it.
I
Anyway,
haven't watched Looney Tunes in so long.
Space Jam. We're talking about Space Jam.
Did we even get to the news?
We
story?
didn't get to the news of Space
LeBron's
Jam.
in it. They're going to do it.
They're having trouble filming it because, unlike Michael Jordan for Space Jam 1, when he was retired and also on the NBA was on strike, LeBron is still playing, is still an active player, and they're having trouble finding time to film his scenes. That's not good.
And he's probably in all of them.
I would hope so. He
Yeah,
is
except for that part where they got to go through his house to find his shoes.
Yeah.
his magic shoes, yeah.
Don't wake up his kids who have a cameo. Or those probably weren't actually his kids.
Those weren't, that wasn't his wife or kids in that,
Wow.
yeah.
Now you know why they got a divorce.
That's
Oh,
really it.
She was upset that she didn't get to be in Space Jam.
That's it. She doesn't get those sweet jam residuals.
Yeah, when they played on Cartoon Network
Those
once
jam
in a
bucks.
blue moon.
Yeah, at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
It's Jam Bucks.
Yeah.
No,
You
it's
know,
not-
Danny DeVito was the voice of the lead, evil alien.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can hear it.
Yeah. Crazy. Space Jam.
His rum ham.
Space Jam Rum Ham.
Yeah.
There's your mashup T-shirt.
There it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where's my $1 million for Rum Ham in the Space Jam logo?
Oh, it exists.
Somebody's already done
It's
it.
already been done. All right, so moving on from that. Oh, here's a little bit more. If we're talking about old stuff and nostalgia and whatnot, actually, our next couple have to do with that. That's
all nerd media is
That's
anymore.
all. Yeah,
nostalgia. So,
yeah. Why can't we get anything new?
because then people don't go see it.
Well, that's very. You got a point. Well, then you end up with the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Actually, let's get to that now. The Emoji Movie. I haven't seen it yet. I don't think any of us have.
No.
I'm not planning
I
on
have
seeing
taste.
it. I have made jokes about going to see it, and you know what? I might if I get a free. If someone were to gift me a ticket, I will go see the Emoji Movie and review it.
We should set up a charity donation thing, and if it hits a certain total, then we have to all go see it.
We'll
and
all go see
review
the Emoji Movie
for the show.
But no, from news reports that I've read, it is so bad that many movie review websites are having to change their algorithm to be able to give movies less than 1 star.
It's apparently that much of
It's
a garbage fire.
that bad.
Like I saw somewhere somebody said it's inside out, like dipped in feces or something. It was something stupid.
literal feces because Patrick Stewart is the voice of the poop.
Yeah, the poop.
He's
emoji.
the poop emoji.
We're number 2.
I'm surprised he agreed to do this movie. Well, I've heard that all of the cast like tries their hardest with the awful script that they were given.
Yeah. Wasn't what's his name? T.J. Miller? Isn't he the lead?
He's the main character, and then the female lead is Anna Faris, who is hilarious.
She's good in things.
Yeah, by all means, it's fantastic.
She's very good at things, but yeah, this is Anyway, okay, enough about it.
You can't shine a turd. Doesn't matter who you hire to voice act.
It's not the first time Patrick Stewart's just phoned it in for a voice role.
That's true. Although I did see a meme online comparing his role as the poop emoji to Orson Welles as Unicron.
I am Unicron.
The Transformers movie is good, though.
Yeah, but Orson Welles hated.
Yeah.
It was his final role. That is his lasting legacy. He was the voice of the giant Transformer planet.
That 8 other planets.
That 8 planets.
I don't like Transformers, but I like the movie.
Yeah.
And then Nimoy was Galvatron.
He was. It was great. Anyway, let's move on. The SNES Classic.
They're actually going to do pre-orders for it.
After dancing the line, they're not. They are. They are. They're not.
We don't have a solid date. They just said later this month, but they're going to do them.
Did you see Walmart accidentally put their pre-order page up early?
Yeah,
and then took it down.
They had to cancel everybody's pre-orders.
Yeah.
So people that were able to calmly sleep at night knowing that they were going to get one, no longer.
No longer. Yeah.
They lie awake at night in silent screaming.
Yeah.
I think I might actually try to pre-order this one. It all depends if I have the funds when the pre-orders go up.
Yeah, I don't pre-order things, but I'm heavily considering it.
Because they're not going to print a ton of these, and it's too good of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, there's too many good games on it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I got to play that Star Fox 2. It's the only way you can play it.
Yeah, you got to. It's worth the price of admission right there.
Unless they re-release it on the virtual console.
They won't.
They won't.
Yeah.
Also, is there one?
Not yet.
We still don't know what the Switch is going to do about old games.
Yeah. I think part of the problem is with that, porting a lot of the virtual console games from the Wii U over to the Switch, they're losing a screen. And so much of their UI was built into having that second screen. Maybe they're having issues with, rejiggering the emulator.
Or they want to sell more tiny consoles.
Well, that too. That's very true.
That's what I was thinking.
Although I've heard that they're like a loss leader, though. That the NES Classic was put out almost solely just to get people talking about Nintendo and lead up to the Switch.
And it worked.
Yeah.
By all means, it absolutely worked.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what the Super NES Classic is. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't care. There's good games on there.
Yeah. I just want Star Fox 2, and I want the real version of Yoshi's Island.
Yeah.
Not the GBA one that has inferior sound quality.
Other nostalgic news. Szechuan Sauce. Who wants to talk about Szechuan Sauce?
The 1998 Mulan tie-in McDonald's sauce.
Yeah,
which I don't remember at all.
I don't remember it when it was out originally.
I vaguely do for some reason.
See, I went through a phase where all I ate were chicken nuggets from McDonald's, and then there were like three.
I still do.
Well, no, for me there were like 3 consecutive times as a child that I went to McDonald's. No, it wasn't 3 consecutive times. It was 3 nuggets in a row that I bit into it, and it was all gristle, and it made me vomit. And then I could
never again.
And I've never been able to eat a chicken nugget from McDonald's again.
I
like popcorn chicken, fine. Boneless wings, totally cool. Nuggets, can't do it.
I love McNugs.
Yeah,
I can't. I still to this day.
I hate McDonald's, but
I can't. I
feel like their nuggets are superior to other stores' nuggets.
I get down on those nugs with the buffalo sauce that they have. That's like an offensive shade of orange.
So anyway, yeah. So the Szechuan sauce has been made popular again by Rick and Morty, which we talked about earlier in the show, right?
Yeah, because Rick went on a huge tear about him in the season opener.
Yeah,
for season 3. Yes.
So it's back, baby.
Not really.
Well, actually,
they sent a big jug to show creator Justin Roiland.
Right. Who's also the voice of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, so he got like a 64-ounce jug of the sauce.
Yeah,
in a special suitcase marked with a Rick and Morty-esque dimension tag on it.
Yeah, it was Dimension C 1998. They said they had gotten it from a dimension where it's eternally 1998.
Yeah. And the jug had a bunch of in-jokes to Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it was really clever on McDonald's.
Yeah, it was really smart. It makes me wonder, do you think they're going to do a limited run?
They even said in the letter they gave him, here's for you for being such a huge fan, but also a few lucky fans are also going to get a taste. Yeah. Because they brought back just enough from Dimension 1998.
Yeah. Okay, so I bet they're working on something to make it...
There's going to be some contest or some...
there is a live-action Mulan movie coming out.
That's true. They could bring back the Szechuan sauce for that. Or, they could package it and sell it in stores.
Yeah.
I've seen... did you know Taco Bell has been selling their hot sauce?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I have a whole jug of fire sauce downstairs.
In Canada, you can buy Big Mac sauce in a bottle.
Yeah, well, it's just ketchup and mayonnaise, Thousand Island dressing, yeah.
But I mean, you can buy it. You can't get it here, but...
Yeah. Also, Canada has poutine, and poutine is awesome. You ever had poutine?
I have not.
What is it?
Man, it is French fries covered in cheese curds and gravy.
Huh. You could get that poutine donut from Tim Hortons.
Oh boy, with the bacon stuck in it?
Yeah.
Oh god, that sounds awful.
It's a donut with poutine and gravy and bacon all stuck on it.
That sounds disgusting.
It sounds like a nightmare.
That sounds like a nightmare. But French fries and poutine, oh, dudes, you got to try it.
I don't like gravy.
You don't like gravy?
It's the good gravy.
There is no good gravy.
There is, and it's on poutine.
I love gravy. I just had IKEA meatballs the other day with gravy on, and they're delicious.
Oh, yeah, how was that trek into that Swedish nightmare dungeon?
I like going to IKEA. You can go into their little showrooms and imagine that you're living a better life.
Be careful trying to say the names, though. You might summon a demon.
Yeah.
Swedish Nightmare Dungeon. I believe that is the name of my metal band.
The IKEA is surprisingly affordable. Like, you walk into the showroom and be like, this all looks really expensive, and then it's not really.
Yeah.
I do need a new DVD cabinet.
I've been looking at The Office, getting some stuff and redoing in here, but that's for off the air. I don't think anyone cares about how my tables are laid out in the office.
You mean this door? It's not touched anything.
Shut your mouth.
You put a thing on it.
I put a thing on it.
A door.
Yeah, it looks like a table.
You make it sound like we're sitting here with two sawhorses and a white, poorly painted door.
You mean we're not?
No, we're doing this in a space station in outer space. The Nerd Overload space station.
That's right. Secret moon base.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Secret underground moon base. Yeah.
The satellite I'm speaking of is the moon.
Yes, that's it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord. But you think if they put the Szechuan sauce out, in the stores, it'll have, some kind of, Rick and Morty merchandising thing with it?
I don't think they'll want to mention Rick and Morty because it's not family-friendly like McDonald's.
I can see both sides of the coin on that one because Rick and Morty's big enough that
the whole reason people are talking about it is because of Rick and Morty.
Yeah. I can't imagine there be someone walking through a store and looking and seeing Szechuan sauce without Rick and Morty and going, I want to try some of that Szechuan sauce. I can see them walking in and going, hey, that has Rick and Morty on it. Oh my God, it's the Szechuan sauce.
Well, Dum hit me up with some of that sauce.
I mean, come on. After that episode aired on April Fool's, people were putting little containers of the Szechuan sauce from 1998 on eBay for exorbitant amounts of money.
Oh, sure.
And people were buying it.
Of course.
Because they're dumb.
Yeah, well.
Also, I don't know if they can do the Mulan deal either, because I don't know if Disney and McDonald's are on
speaking terms.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen Disney toys in a McDonald's. Then again, it's been so long since I've been inside a McDonald's.
I also don't pay attention.
Yeah. Well, they have the not DreamWorks people, the Imagination or whatever, Illumination people doing their horrible.
Oh, Minions.
No, not Minions. The Happy Meal box character.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
With the too many big teeth.
I'm hating it.
Burger King.
Burger King.
No, it's not Burger King. That was McDonald's.
That's right, yeah.
Burger King's have it your way.
That's right.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I ate at a Burger King.
Mine actually wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it's been a while for me.
They have a Big King burger. It's pretty good.
I'm usually disappointed.
I like Burger King. When I would get fast food regularly, I would usually go there because I like that fake smoky taste that they they spray all over their burger patties.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I love that.
The artificial grill marks and the fake smoke taste.
It makes for a good tasting sandwich.
Mm-hmm. And as long as the French fries are fresh, they're the best fries. But as soon as they get like a second over freshness, they become the worst. They have the worst shelf life.
I still feel Wendy's is the best fries.
I disagree wholeheartedly with that sentiment.
What?
I hate Wendy's fries. They're soggy and sloppy.
Mine aren't. Mine are always crispy.
McDonald's fries.
Yeah, McDonald's has the best fries.
I'll go with McDonald's fries. They got to be fresh.
I mean, if you want to talk about the best fries, period, though, Five Guys.
But yeah,
they're pretty good.
Yeah, but they're
in
really
a
fast
different
food,
class.
though. Yeah,
I know. That's why I was saying it's.
Yeah,
but as far as like fast food goes, I love Wendy's.
Arby's fries are pretty rad, though.
I haven't had Arby's fries in a long time, and I'll tell you why. You get the curly fries come in two variations: the ones that have a little bit of curl and the ones that are curlicues.
Yeah,
and the curlicue ones always gross me out because they're so compact together that when they're fried, the insides don't get fried up.
Yeah, it's a little mushy,
and it just turns into like just cold mush, and I can't do it.
Their seasoning is on point, though.
Their seasoning is on point. If all of their fries were evenly cooked, it would be at the top. Because they're not, they're like solid middle tier.
I love their pizza sliders, but that's neither here nor there.
Jalapeno poppers for me every day of the week, if I could. If I didn't worry about, stuff.
This has been fast food talk.
Are we all hungry? We might all be hungry.
I am starving, actually.
All right, well, we're all hungry, so let's get out of here. You've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can also find us at Facebook at facebook.com/nerdoverloadradio.
You can pop us the old email at staff@nerdoverload.com. You can follow us on Twitter. What is it? Nerd Overload.
Nerd_overload.
Okay.
Wow, it's written on the board, dude.
It's on the board.
I can't really see it.
You say it every week.
Do I do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm getting really bad at this. Yeah, you can follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube. At the Nerd Overload TV is the channel's name.
And Nerd Overload Live on Twitch. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, iTunes and Stitcher. And hey, make sure to tune in next week because we have a very special interview with Lloyd Kaufman, the co-founder of Troma Entertainment, one of the, probably not one of, the largest totally independent film companies running currently. The director of such films as Romeo and Juliet, Terror Firmer, Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD, and, of course, The Toxic Avenger. I'm looking forward to this interview.
Did he do Nukem High?
He did. He did yes. Nukem High. And he just did Return to Nukem High. And Poultrygeist.
Poultrygeist.
Yeah, Night of the Chicken Dead. Yeah. Anyway, make sure you tune in next week for that. It's going to be a really, really exciting, interesting show. I'm really looking forward to talking to him. But until next...
I wish I could be there.
So, anyway, until next week, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Peace out.